one of your co-hosts, and with me, as always, is the fabulous, effervescent
Rachel with Rachel Moriarty Interiors.
And today,
hey,
we're talking about, okay, this is just a fun episode. This is not serious in the least.
If you will.
Yes, just something fun. It's the holidays. Today, we are talking about our favorite things. This is not Oprah. We're not giving away anything free today. Are we? Are we giving away anything? I don't think we're giving away anything free today. It would be awesome.
I don't think so.
If we could. Goals for next year, right?
Yep, exactly.
Right. So today, we're just here to talk about some of our favorite things. And no, they're not all business related. In fact, some of them have most of mine, in fact, have absolutely nothing to do with business.
Same. Let's do it.
All right.
What's your first?
Okay, my first one is this new planner that I have just discovered. I'm always on the search of a good planner. I took some time off from planners because I couldn't find one that did what I wanted. I've created my own planner before. Have you ever done that?
No.
Right. I'm talking to you. Of course you
I know. I'm like, no.
So this one is called the Momentum Planner. Oh, and by the way, all of the links to everything will be in the show notes in case you want to go and check out some of this stuff on your own. But yeah. So this is the Momentum Planner. It takes all of your goals. Basically, it's to give you the momentum to get through all of those projects you have, whether it's personal or business, it doesn't really matter. It starts with your plan for the year. Like if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the picture. If you're just listening on iTunes or Google Play, go watch the video. So it takes your whole year of goals and things that you want to see yourself accomplish. It breaks it down by quarter, and then you just focus on each quarter at a time. And each quarter is broken down into months. Each month is broken down into weeks. Each week is broken into days, and so on and so forth. But it lets you do some cool stuff, like highlight how much energy a particular task is going to take you. Because that's one of those things, you know? I don't know about you. Wait. Yes, I do.
I'm all.
You get it. Some things you know that you're going to have to plan to spend a little less energy doing stuff afterwards because you've used it all up on peopling, for example.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's good.
Yeah. Or
I never thought about planning my days like that. Or even weeks, because when we do events or even when we do market.
Exactly. And that's the whole reason I'm doing it, is because you and I have some big stuff planned this year. And just taking all of those, so the big overall planner just helps me keep my eye on those. And then I can plan the little stuff around it to kind of fill in the gaps and give me all of the downtime.
Even when I do an installation, there's so much like ramp up, like I got to get this and I got to remember this and unpack it and talk to the handyman, talk to the assistant, and then, do it, take photos, and then I'm wiped.
Exactly.
I'm wiped. So
or families coming for Thanksgiving and you have to get ready and then host it. And then afterwards you're just like, I don't want to see anybody for a month.
Yeah.
So I'm giving that a shot. This is the closest I have come to finding something that fits all of the ways that my brain works.
Right.
So I'm super excited to put it into practice.
I love. Okay. I think I'm sold.
I will shoot you a copy. And it's a PDF. You can fill it out digitally or you can print it and it's only $12. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was the part I loved the most.
Yeah.
So what's your first thing?
Okay, so my first thing is a double first thing. So what you probably don't even know about me, because I didn't do it around you. But I love the scent of vanilla.
Oh.
I really love the scent of vanilla, and I wear all the time. I'd never worn it around you because you're just so like allergic to so many things that I'm like freaked out. So, but one of the things, and I've been wearing it for years, and it's like my birthday's in June, and then there's Christmas. So I know every June and Christmas it gets replenished. But this is a perfume that Anthropologie carries called
that looks
Vanille, and I love.
so pretty.
I know, it's like kind of like Art Deco packaging.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it smells. Um, and this is what I wear on my everyday. So it's called Warm
Ooh.
Vanilla Body Butter, and this is by Trader Joe's. Um,
Love Trader
and
Joe's.
I know. So it's really funny because I wish I would have known this scent like when I was much younger.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny the reaction men have to it.
I have read studies that say that
Have
like
you?
vanilla and lavender are the two things that men
I had no
love.
idea. And I'll tell you, so one day I was in line at the grocery store, and there was a young man checking me, right? He was, I don't know, what, youngish,
Uh-huh.
20s, early 20s. And I was paying, and he just looked at me and he goes, "You must get all the men."
So he wasn't just checking you out, he was checking you out.
He was smelling me. He was like, and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You smell so good. You
Oh
must get
my gosh.
all the men." And I was like laughing so hard because obviously not true, right? But
Oh yeah, you're such a player, Rachel.
yeah, exactly. I'm such a player, but I was just laughing. So and after that, then I was like, "What the heck?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, thanks." It was like I had my perfume on, and then I started reading up on it. And you're right; it's like supposed to be like an aphrodisiac for men,
Yeah.
vanilla, and it is like that whole warm vanilla, mommy baking cookies or something. I don't know.
Now I'm a little disturbed, but that's okay.
So that's my number one: Anthropology vanilla perfume and the warm vanilla lotion at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Well, speaking of Trader Joe's, I also have my second thing is actually multi-layered. It's kind of funny that we both did this. So
That's
mine is
funny.
caramel. I love caramel. Trader Joe's caramel in a jar. It's like
Dying.
crack. I mean,
Yeah.
it is so good. But then I also have a couple of other things that I love that are caramel related.
Okay.
So the caramel from Trader Joe's, like specifically straight up caramel, Talenti's sea salt caramel gelato. Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
I cannot look. I mentally block out the calorie count
I
on
was
that
going to
thing.
ask you because we love the sea salt caramel from Trader Joe's. They used
Hmm.
to only carry it at Christmas. Now they carry it all year long,
Ooh,
and it's
ooh.
really good. Yeah.
Okay, so the caramel, the ice cream, which is not only is it like caramel flavored, but it has little bits of it has little chocolate chunks filled with caramel in it. It's
Mm,
so good. Caramel macchiatos. That's like the one thing that I get that's not regular
yeah.
boring coffee
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a caramel macchiato. And I cold, hot, I'm not too terribly picky. And then this was in our scandalous hot chocolate. You knew this was coming.
I knew I was gonna just say it. I was yes,
Yes, caramel, salted caramel whiskey.
yes.
Oh, it. I use it in hot chocolate. I have used it with. And this is going to sound crazy, but the apple cider, um, the hard apple cider with a little bit of the salted caramel. It is. Oh, it is so good.
Divine,
It is so good. So that's
divine. We
that's my number
used
two.
it this year, and I know some of our friends are
Mm-hmm.
not fans of this, but we like a little eggnog at this time of year, and it is so good with
Oh,
the caramel whiskey.
I am gonna have to try
So
that.
good. Yeah, we
Oh,
do love us some eggnog. Not like tons of it. We do like a little cup of it, but
yeah.
yeah, with a little drop of
Mm.
maybe more than a drop of whiskey. It is amazing. Maybe
Yeah,
whiskey with a drop of eggnog
that
would be
sounds like a better ratio. Really, I mean, if you're asking for my opinion,
exactly. That's great. Caramel is one of the flavors that I love. It's that whole like butter, anything that has that kind of buttery
yes,
thing through it.
rich. Oh yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So my next thing is, so this was something that I discovered this time almost this time last year at Las Vegas Market. There is a thing at Las Vegas. So you have the towers, right, where you
Mm-hmm.
go and shop for furniture and all that stuff. But there's a thing called the pavilions. And the pavilions are kind of these big tented areas, and it's a cash and carry area. They are
Ooh.
vendors, but they're smaller vendors, and more just so unique. Such unique finds there. So one of the things was, and I'm sure people have seen me wear this, um, is this. It's called, her name is Dandy Jewelry,
I love
and
that.
these are ceramic pieces. If you are on iTunes, you can go to our YouTube or our website.
Mm-hmm.
And these are, I got the bracelet and the ring, and
Those are
they're
beautiful.
ceramic pieces. And then she creates jewelry out of them. And their statement, I get stopped every single time I
Mm-hmm.
wear these. I get
Yeah,
stopped.
they're gorgeous.
So Dandy
Absolutely
Jewelry.
gorgeous.
Yep.
I love it. I have a vase that has kind of that same um, technique that jewelry does, and it's one of my favorites.
People think it's stone, and it's, yeah, they stop me all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay. So my next one is a book, and it is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a,
Beep.
because we're going to keep this clean. I'm not going to say it. It is by Mark Manson, and its subtitle is A Counterintuitive Approach to Living a Good Life. And it was, when I read this book, I read it really fast. I underlined, getting past the first couple of pages. The first couple of pages, I was like, what have I gotten myself into? I don't know why. I was like, okay, great. This is, but then I read past that first few pages, and it was so good. It basically goes into one of the realizations I had a couple of years ago, and there's a blog post coming up at some point about this, I'm sure, but that you have to prioritize what you care about. Like, what is it that you give a poop about? That's a nice way to put it, I suppose. And
A
just,
beep. We'll just like go,
yeah.
a beep.
And talking about the way people, that the people who are entitled are not just the ones who are like, oh, it's all about me, I'm fabulous. It's also the ones who say, oh, I suck, I'm terrible, everybody else is way better than I am at everything, I need special attention. And
I
that for me was one of
that's
those things. I was like, yes, that I spent the whole book going, I feel the same way, I feel the same way, I feel the same way. And then I watched his interview with Marie Forleo, and I just, yeah. So that's my
sold.
next one.
Okay, so
Plus,
while
it
we're
has a
on the
fun
book,
title. However,
yeah.
as if you couldn't tell by the beep for the subject, if strong language offends you, don't read it.
Oh,
Don't read it and then write me and
yeah,
complain about it.
yeah. Be warned by the
Be
title. You
warned.
should know
Yes.
before you open the book.
Yes.
So one of my new favorites, which is new because I just got this, is, and you and I, when we were in High Point, we met the Bohemian Goddess, Justina Blackie.
Yes.
And so her new book, The New Bohemian
Ooh.
Handbook, is
Just the cover is
awesome.
gorgeous.
So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And it's chock
Mm.
full of just good vibes. It says good, come home to good vibes. I mean, it's just like, if you're not watching on YouTube, I mean, just this, that's the opening shot. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you had me at tassel a little. So I am just a huge fan of hers, and
Mhm.
I was so happy to meet her in the High Point. And when I got this book, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
just love her. So The New Bohemian's Handbook by Justina Blakely.
I may have to add that to my. Is it too late for Christmas? Well, at our
Right?
house it is. Maybe for my
I know.
birthday
Yeah.
anniversary. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that's coming up in the future at some point.
Yes.
Okay, my next thing is Boar's Head dark chocolate hummus.
What? I can't even
Oh,
imagine that.
it is. It's like Nutella for grown-ups and slightly more healthy. It's not as sweet, which I love Nutella, but it's super sweet. I can't eat it anymore, but that's a different story. But yeah, and you can
What do
just,
you eat it with, though?
pretzels, fruit.
Oh.
Yeah. My finger. Oh no, I didn't do that. Yes, I did. I totally did. Only because it was the very bottom of the bowl. But no, it was so good. It's only seasonal though. So I may be sending Tony out to buy me like 6 of them this week so that I can keep it for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Amazing.
And you can tell yourself it's healthy. I mean, it's hummus.
Right. Yeah. Okay. My next is earlier this year, we had a challenge in our group, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do many challenges, and we had a challenge with the Design Network, our sponsor.
Yes.
And at the end, we were able to purchase some stuff. And one of the things that I purchased through the Design Network, which I love, is this adorable,
Oh, that's
sit
so
on my coffee
cute.
table. And it's tic-tac-toe. It looks like about the size of a Kleenex box. And it has all this inlay work on it.
It's
And then
beautiful.
these,
Oh, they pop out.
yeah, at the ready, you play
Oh.
tic-tac-toe anytime. And how fun is that?
I love that.
Yeah. So this is from the Design Network. And
I didn't realize that they popped out.
I know, isn't that not the cutest? So I know, I just love these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little games like that are always fun to have anyway, but one that
I
looks so
know.
pretty.
I know, exactly. So it was something that I bought for family engagement.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to go super practical with this next one.
Okay.
Super practical. So I have used Curel's Itch Defense lotion.
Defense? Okay.
Itch Defense. Guess what I use it for? Because I have itchy skin. Itch Defense. I can't even talk anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Itch Defense lotion for years. I discovered just a couple of weeks ago, really, that they have a body wash too. And I've had the worst trouble with soaps, and
Oh yeah.
everybody knows about my allergies.
Yeah.
Everything makes me itch. This is divine. I don't itch.
Ooh.
But
And it's just
the lotion had already helped, but having the body wash with it.
just like an over-the-counter Curel.
Yeah, I ordered it. By the way, I found it on Target. I was using their new little app that they have.
Yeah.
And before I realized it, I had already bought it and it was on its way to my house.
Nice.
Yeah, it was that
my
easy.
daughter has, she gets out and she's just itching. Like you can't
I highly
even
recommend
scratch
it
enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. So I'll get that for her. Okay. So while we're on the health and beauty, I get so many questions about my lipstick. I have been wearing red lipstick for a very long time. I have never worn it as long because I wear it now every day, probably since like for the past couple of years. And in the past, I have really, really, my lips, like there's something in the color red that really dries out. It's really drying. It really will damage your lips. I mean, I've tried Chanel uses rose water in their lipsticks and all this stuff. My lips will just like peel off, right? It was so hard for me to find a good lipstick. So I usually don't share what my lipstick is. I buy them. And when people ask me, I'll be like, give me your address and I'll just send it to you, right? So I'm going to share it here because that tells you how affordable it is if I can buy them by the handful, right? So it is by Wet n Wild, which is like
super affordable.
They're like $2.99 or something like that. And the color is 911D. And it's a very matte. It's the perfect red for my skin tone.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't get peeling. I wear this. You've seen me. I've worn this color every single day for like a good couple of years. And my lips do not get damaged. They don't like stain and all that like really weird stuff. I know. I would have never thought. I bought it like on a whim one day because I like ran out and I was like used it, and it was like a happy
total
accident.
convert.
Yep, Wet n Wild, baby.
That actually made me think. That lotion I mentioned, you can even use on your face. It's safe for babies, and even me, as allergic as I am to everything, I can use it on my face. I don't do it all the time because it's super rich, but just Thinking,
Yeah.
because you said lips, and sometimes I put it on my lips because they get so dry.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I'll continue the beauty, because one of the things that has changed my eye game completely
Oh.
is this eyeliner that I discovered. It's from Revlon. It's their Color Stay 2-in-1 angled. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Kajal. I don't know.
K-A-J-A.
Jal.
Hmm.
But it has like almost like a calligraphy pen. It's not a marker, it's not a pen, it's more like a crayon type texture. Yes, crayon. Um, but it's angled and it's wide. So depending on which way you do it, you can get it a little bit wider, almost like a cat eye type at the corners, and go a little thinner. The texture is so divine. And on days I'm feeling especially whatever, I just add a second coat. I love, love, love this. And I'm not a big eyeliner person, but I love this. I love it. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I got these two things recently, and they go perfectly with my new hair. The other one is the mascara that I've started using that I've fallen in love with. And it is Lash Intensity Mascara from Mary Kay. So the brush actually has two different lengths of bristles on it. And you do the one that, because I've got super, super long lashes, but they're not overly thick. They're really dark, really long, not super thick. So you use the short side to make it look thicker on the base, and then you comb it through with the long end. And I love it. And even though it's not waterproof, it stays really, really well. So that's always a bonus for me. I'm gonna have to unmute Rachel.
Whoops. That's funny. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so I mean,
and for the record, I did not mute her.
I muted myself because I have a little tickle in my throat today for some reason. So it wouldn't be an episode of, Rachel without scarves, right?
Ooh,
so
I'm loving
here
those
are
colors.
a couple of my favorite scarves. And these are my favorite. These size-wise, these are all kind of wrinkled up. But they're really, really big. And this is by Hermes. These are Hermes scarves. And these are my favorite because they're big enough where you could wear them like around, like when I would travel a lot and it's colder, they're like really can keep you warm. You would see me wear them in my hair. I wear them around my neck. And I have seen these Hermes scarves put in frames, and they make the best art.
Yeah,
the colors
it's beautiful.
on them are so saturated, like they're amazing. So, I mean, if you want, and sometimes people get scarves as gifts and they don't know what to do with them. And if you're not going to wear them, think of framing. Think of having them framed. It would make a huge presence in your room. And you could get a use. You can also, I like to tie them around my purse, my hair, my neck, wear it just, over something like a sweater, just kind of, so.
Well, especially the silk ones, because silk's nice and warm when you need it to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I know some of the acrylic ones they can slip on your head or something like that. So those are great. So
now, do you get yours new or vintage? Or a combination?
The Hermes are usually new. I've never found vintage Hermes.
Nobody wants to let them go once they get
I know. I'm a hunter, and I have never come across one yet. So
I didn't think I had heard you mention that you had, but
yeah,
those are so gorgeous. I can see why.
Yeah, that
would let them go.
I would be doing somersaults if I found one.
Yeah. Speaking of doing somersaults.
Oh, Lord.
The next one on my list is Death Wish coffee.
Ooh.
It is, they bill themselves as the world's strongest coffee. I do like strong coffee.
Yes.
I typically drink it black. Unless I'm feeling sassy, then I put a little bit of real cream in it. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
But that's it. Except for those occasional caramel macchiatos I mentioned. But no, I love the flavor. We've got it on subscription. So they send it in the mail, I've posted on my personal page once or twice the big 5-pound package of coffee that comes in the mail.
Yeah, that thing's no joke.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen it in person.
But they also send they send swag with it. So
Oh.
we've gotten key rings. When you have a subscription, we've gotten bottle openers. I got
Nice.
a bandana, all kinds of really
Cute.
cool stuff.
I like their social media too,
I
actually.
adore their social. As if you can't tell, anybody who follows me on Facebook would know I share a lot of their stuff because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. So that's cartwheels and
Yeah.
I would do cartwheels for Death Wish coffee.
So my next is hair product. And I
Ooh.
don't need a lot of hair product, but one funny thing about my hair is I have a pixie if you're just listening on iTunes, and I have hair that when it's freshly washed, it's like a baby chick. Like it is so poofy. It doesn't matter. I can condition it or whatever. My hair, once it dries, it just is so poofy. So it's by Paul Mitchell, and it's tea tree shaping cream.
Ooh.
And it smells like because it's tea tree, it
Mm-hmm.
smells like a spa every time I use it. Like it
Oh.
just gives me that like kind of eucalyptusy, I love using it, and I just need you
Mm-hmm.
just need a little bit, and it just kind of like controls my hair a tiny bit. Um, a little goes a long way, and it's my absolute favorite hair product.
I love that. I don't have any recommendations for hair products.
Well, you have different hair, definitely hair than
Oh.
I do. Are you
Oh, yeah.
natural right now?
Yeah, mine is naturally curly. And when I say curly, I mean I get the frizz that goes with naturally curly hair. And it's not super
Right.
curly. Once it gets longer, it's a little bit straighter. But yeah, I have challenging hair. It is. Okay, so my next thing on my list is the medical alert jewelry that I have.
Ooh.
There is a company called Lauren's Hope, and they have the best stuff just because they have everything from stuff that looks a little bit fancier to something super practical. This is just kind of a parachute cord type, like a delicate one with stainless steel. And the other thing I love is that a lot of their bracelets are interchangeable. So you just have to have the one thing with it, because the engraving is what's expensive about it.
Yeah.
So you get the one thing that's engraved, and they have different colors for the Caduceus. I'm gonna murder it. I don't know the name. But anyway, the symbol, medical symbol, they have different colors you can do. I have a dog tag, but
Oh,
it's like a
wow.
really delicate chain and
Yeah.
just a cute little dog tag that I wear
Did that have
sometimes.
an infinity on it on the
Uh-huh.
other side? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
This one's an infinity. I have another one that's a wishbone. I've got one I wore at High Point. That's like a lot of different sizes of silver beads,
Hmm.
stainless steel beads,
So cute.
and it looks super
Yeah.
fancy.
Oh my gosh.
But I've got so many. That's just a couple of them. I've got a ton of their stuff, and they even have ridiculously practical stuff like rubber, or the plastic bracelets that you can
Oh,
have alert
yeah.
information on too for adults and for kids. So they've got,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, you can be
That's a
practical
realm
and
yeah,
yeah,
I wouldn't even
yeah.
know about. But that's great for for
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, for,
Kids with allergies.
kids with allergies,
Mm-hmm.
adults with allergies. I
Yeah.
mean, anything. Wow. That's a good one. I'm on my last one,
Are you?
and it's kind of generic. Um, it's one word, and it is kimonos. Kimonos.
Really? I never would have guessed this would be on your
Oh my
list.
gosh, I know. I'm wearing one right now, in
I
case you
love
didn't
that one.
notice. This one actually is a new one. It's a gift. Um, They have changed my life. So I have vintage kimonos. I have ones that like are kind of bathrobe-y that I've used, and kind of like called them kimonos and wore them as kimonos. And this one is like a wraparound, like kind of a wraparound one, but
Mm-hmm.
they are the best. They are so comfortable, especially when you work from home. It,
Yes.
I just have like one of those little tank tops under this one. Um, Totally changed my life. You can dress them up, you can wear them with jeans. Amazing. They're my favorite thing. You can get them in beautiful silk florals. Um,
Or even something if you're just listening, the one she has on today is geometric.
yes,
Black and white geometric. So there's all different kinds.
my favorite. I'm just kimono crazy. I don't see my kimono obsession. I think it's going to turn into my like almost like my scarf
I
obsession.
think so. Kimonos and
Yeah, I think
scarves.
I'm going to go hard.
Kimono,
I'm
scarf,
going to
red
go hard.
lipstick.
Yeah, yeah.
Those words will just
And then
be you.
eventually I'm going to let my hair go gray and I will
Yeah.
be that vision of that I had one
Yeah.
day.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I know. I'm halfway working on it. Halfway.
Ooh. Okay. So my next I have two more.
Okay.
I had one more than you did. The next
That's
one
good because we didn't really plan how many. We didn't say how many
I know
we're
we forgot to talk about the number that we were going to do. It was very serendipitous that it worked out this
Yes,
way.
as it does.
So once a month meals.
Ooh.
It is for anybody who has ever heard of
I
batch
haven't.
cooking. Oh,
Yes.
perfect. So batch cooking, you cook a whole bunch of hamburger, you freeze it, you put it in the freezer for those times when you need dinner now, but you don't have time to cook the ground beef. It's already done. You just take it and make chili or spaghetti
Amazing.
or but not just that. Once a month meals has these menus. They plan everything out. You plug in the number of people you want to feed regularly and the number of times you want to serve that meal during the month. It calculates all of the ingredients. It takes the entire menu list, and they have all different kinds. They've got allergen friendly and gluten free and vegan and normal people and whole
Wow.
foods and paleo. They've got so many different ones, but it tells you step by step. Like it'll say, okay, while you're browning the ground beef for this recipe, you need to be doing this for that recipe. Put this up. Like all you have to do is literally follow every single step. It tells you everything you need. You don't have to think about it.
That's
It
wonderful.
it takes. I mean, you have to
And
think
then it's
about going
prep. I
shopping,
mean, it's
and then
prep.
it's
It's
done.
like in the freezer, and you're
Yeah,
like, you don't have to. That takes up. I was just having a conversation. That takes so much brain capacity of mine. It's
right.
like around 3 o'clock. I can tell I'm starting
Mm-hmm.
to kind of go through my cupboards in my head, like what's in there, what can I make, what do I have the energy, what can I get done in 30
Yeah.
minutes, yeah, that's
And
amazing.
I love it. And you can even choose. You can say, I only want easy to prep meals so that it gives you like almost like crock pot kits that you make so that you just have to
Yeah,
grab that, throw it in the crock pot in the morning and you're done.
love
It's
that.
yeah. And it takes all of the brain work out of it. You don't have to do anything. And they come out with new menus every month. They do it seasonally. So if you're using um, seasonal friendly vegetables, they're available. It's
Nice.
that one is a big one for me.
Amazing.
It really is. It's so amazing.
Okay, so I thought I just told you about this
Mm-hmm.
before we went live, and I
I was
forgot
wondering.
to
I
put it on
got
my
to
list. So
thinking.
when I know, so this is one I just my family and I did a thing called Reads Across America over the weekend, and we kind of had to where the location we were going to was it's kind of hard to get to with there's a bunch of people, and so we had like a little like mile and a half hike sort of thing, and we were talking about Christmas gifts and stuff, and my sister had said well, I got this from mom. You guys want to go in with this? And my cousin pulled out her phone and she's like, yeah. And she just did a little something and said, I just sent you $40. And I was like, what did you just do? And it's this
That is
app.
amazing.
And people might laugh. Maybe I'm late to the game, but it's an app called Venmo, Venmo, and it's something you can do bank to bank transfers on. It's like, it avoids like having to carry cash, or like they were saying, like when they all go out for drinks,
Oh yeah.
somebody, the thing comes and then you say, oh, it's okay. Yeah. Like $20 a person. And they will just get on Venmo and transfer $20 over
I love
and then
that.
say, and then I guess you could like even say little things like, thanks for the martini or whatever.
Little memos.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I haven't used it yet. I'm going to do it because of this gift that I am like, oh, I have to go, download it and all that
I
stuff.
think it's
So
genius. I think it's just
apparently
absolutely
it's like
genius.
totally no fees, and I mean, they were just raving about it. That was like, I'm super late to the game apparently. So
Well,
yeah,
you
I
know
guess it's
me. I
been
do nothing
okay.
on my phone, so I'm later than you are.
Yeah, exactly. So
Always,
I'm
always.
excited because even between you and I mean, you and I could do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and not use a PayPal link and not,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff that just eats away
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
That would be fabulous.
Venmo app.
I love it. Okay, my last one. This one has actually changed my blogging completely. This is a
Ooh,
business related one. So you and I have both talked about Misha Hetty.
yes.
We think that she's fabulous, wonderful content creator, but she also helps interior designers. In fact, she is switching to pretty much interior designer specific blog help with the new year.
Oh,
She had a blog camp. That's how it
yeah.
started out. It was like, let's have summer camp and I'll help you write your blogs for the summer, and
Yeah.
it'll be whatever the fee was. And now she's going to be sending out a weekly email. It lists all of the steps that you need to do to write your blog. It has ideas for content. You don't have to think about it. It just shows up in your inbox. You take an hour, do what she says, put it together, and you're done. She does offer editing help if you need it,
Yeah.
for an additional fee.
Yeah.
But the blog help is super inexpensive. I think it's like $20 a month. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
200
amazing.
for the year or 20 for the month. I think I'm gonna have to double check, but
Yeah.
super inexpensive for something that you don't even have to think about. And she just sends it out to you and you get it. And I love how it, because I get so caught up in it has to be some big long mega post, and she breaks it down. There are some longer posts in there, but pretty much it's just like, hey, just think of these simple things right here, put them in this order. Okay, now let's talk about the beginning, let's talk about the end. You're done.
You know what? I love that. And I'm just going to tell you, because I use my phone, I use a couple hacks to do my blog posts.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is I've told you I talk into Google Docs.
Yep.
So I've done that. I did it with the outline of my book and blog posts. But another thing I do is I talk into my notes. I don't know
Yeah.
if you could do that. Yeah, you probably need
Yeah.
that. You have a different phone than I do. But yeah, so I will go on walks. So I'm thinking, how cool would it be to get her email, plug in your
Yeah.
earphones, go for a walk, take that first thing that she puts in there and outlines, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when I come up with ideas, when I'm
Right.
driving, walking, stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah.
go out, go for a little walk. You have the little prompts right there.
Super, super
Come back,
easy,
clean it up. Because
fun. It makes it fun, and I highly recommend it for anybody who needs help coming up with content or even just how to structure your post.
yeah,
It it's a no-brainer for that price. It is an absolute no-brainer.
love us some Misha. We highly
Mm-hmm.
endorse her. So definitely jump on that if you want to up your blog game in
I
2018.
do. I just thought of one more thing we should
Oh,
add.
okay.
We should add the visibility lab.
Oh, and that makes an even 20. So that's
It does.
perfect.
I love it.
We like
It's
even numbers
perfect.
around here.
Yes, we do. We do.
Visibility Lab. You have
Mm-hmm.
Dixie and I. You have monthly themes. You have worksheets. You have 5 hours of us. You have 1 hour weekly, where we do office hours in there once a week, and then one evening a month we do a support session.
Mm-hmm.
We just got off a podcast with one of our members,
Yeah.
and she was telling us She just loves when she can just bring something up the way we think, the way we brainstorm, how we could take one concept and turn it into 20 pieces of content in different mediums.
And
It's
different
invaluable.
strategies too. She said she
Totally different
appreciated that
strategy.
because there's two of us, we come up with different strategies. And not only are there two of us, but we each research different things.
Yeah.
So we
We
bring
have
different
different strengths
ideas.
and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So the Visibility Lab is a very inexpensive way if you want to get your visibility up in 2018. It's super affordable. It's fun. It's intimate. We are always going to keep it capped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nice
a
and
place.
small.
We want it to be small and cozy and intimate. We want to know our people in there. Um, and oh yeah, how could we have forgotten?
I
It
know.
is invaluable.
It's what? Like the price of a nice cup of coffee once a week?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's
Right now it
practically
is.
nothing. Right now it is. For the moment. Which for everything that you get, it's totally worth it. Plus you get to see all the stuff that we've already done. So come and hang out with us for the price of a cup of coffee a week. You get to sit there with us every week for an hour.
Yep. So fun.
I'm gonna add another time that I'm gonna hop in there just to have fun. Kind of like my coffee talk in the morning.
Yeah.
But just for the Visibility Lab.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So that was fun, Diggs. That was
I
around
know.
20. That's so funny.
I
We
love
didn't
it.
even plan it. That was perfect. I mean, we didn't plan that. We planned those favorite things. We didn't plan the amount. For some reason, we left that little detail out.
That's okay. It worked out.
So we just really want to thank you for being here with us and sharing this space and letting us into we have some people who view us on YouTube and some people that walk with us, tell us they walk with us, exercise with us in their ears. So we just want to acknowledge you is this going to be our year anniversary?
I know. I was just started getting teary because I thought this is our last one of our first year.
Yeah,
this is it.
crazy.
The next one is going to be the first Tuesday in January, and we've managed. This is a year.
That's crazy for us saying, hey, let's just flip this thing on, and all the things that have happened and all the things that are going to happen next year. This has been so fun. We've got a great tribe of people, and we are just making more and more connections, and I'm so excited about the people that we have coming on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, yes. That I have to say, that's probably my favorite part.
Our collaborations.
Yes, all of the collaborations and getting to talk to people and find out their stories and see all of the different things that they're doing for their visibility.
Yeah.
Plus, I gotta say, I just kind of like hanging out with Rachel.
I kind of like hanging out with Dixie too. Just a wee bit. A wee bit.
Yeah.
Which means maybe we'll up it. Maybe we'll up how long we hang out in 2018.
Maybe.
Let's see. See what's in the cards.
Exciting stuff.
Happy New Year, you guys, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Happy New Year. Oh, and you can come and find us at designandstylepodcast.com.
Bye.
This podcast was made possible in part through the support of our preferred partners, like the Design Network. The Design Network offers one of the most powerful to-the-trade e-commerce programs in the furniture industry, combining the top brands in furniture, the best prices, and unparalleled logistics all in one place. Go to www.thedesignnetwork.com to join the Design Network's Trade Direct program, create your designer profile, connect with new clients, and start shopping today.